Now on Sunrise, a Salem woman is hoping to find justice after being hit by a driver head-on. Plus, a new grading system is in place for some students at Portland Public Schools. How report cards will look different for middle schoolers. Your news starts now. Good morning and thanks for getting up with us as we kick off your Sunday. I'm Libby Dowsett. It is 6 o'clock, so let's get right to Celine Stevens for a look at your forecast.
Good morning and happy Sunday. We're going to be seeing really nice conditions today, really nice temperatures. It's going to be mild, but those clouds are going to be burning off. So by around noon, we're going to be seeing those temperatures, afternoon I should say. We're going to see temperatures in the low 70s here at home, 80 degrees in the Dalles, around 58 in Timberline. Along the coast, we're looking at 60s. By later on this afternoon, around 6, those temperatures still lingering in that low to mid 70s range. The Dalles cooling off to the upper 70s, while coastal areas like Newport seeing temperatures in the upper 50s, mid 60s in Tillamook. So today is a lot like Saturday, just with more cloud coverage. And so you're going to see all those clouds right here just lingering in the area. They start to break up around 3:30 in the afternoon. And then at that point, we're going to see some sun breaks. It's going to be really nice out there, but they will be returning. It looks like by early Monday, expect those clouds to roll back into the area. Again, breaking up a little bit as we get later on into Monday. But again, we're looking at more cloud coverage after today. Looking at our future cast for winds, though, we're going to see the Dalles really seeing those stronger winds around 30 miles per hour later this afternoon, as well as on Monday afternoon, seeing those wind speeds hitting up to around 34 miles per hour. So we're looking at clouds, we're looking at some stronger winds, but here's what you need to know. We're looking at a cloudy and warm rest of our day today. The next rain chance we have comes on late Tuesday. That lingers through Wednesday and into Thursday. But then the good news is we do have 90s returning by the end of the week. A lot going on. We'll talk more about it in a bit.
Well, this morning, a 72-year-old man is in custody, accused of shooting and killing another man at a home near Happy Valley. It happened Friday night at a home on Southeast East Hampton Street in unincorporated Clackamas County. Deputies say a woman reported her husband had been shot. When they got there, they found 72-year-old David Jurgensen standing outside the house and arrested him. Deputies have not released the name of the man killed, but they say he was 36 years old and that he knew Jurgensen. A woman and a child were also inside that house. Portland police are trying to figure out how a car ended up in the Columbia River Saturday morning and what happened to the driver. Around 8 a.m., deputies were called to Northeast Marine Drive and 122nd. They found a car on its side, but no driver. They say there's a possibility the driver may have died, but they're still investigating. If you know anything, you're asked to call Portland Police. Portland police say someone drew swastikas on the Oregon Jewish Museum and Center for Holocaust Education. They say they're investigating it as a hate crime. The vandalism happened Tuesday night at the museum in Northwest Portland. Police say someone drew the symbols on the windows of the building. They haven't found the person who did it. This is the second time this week swastikas were reported on buildings in Portland. Someone drew them on the door of the Pulse Wellness Cooperative building in Northeast Portland. No word on whether the crimes are connected. Seattle police are looking for the gunman who killed a young father outside a church Thursday night. Police believe it was a targeted attack. New security video provided by the Pursuit Northwest team shows a masked gunman walking outside a vehicle. LeBron Javon was at the church's weekly barbecue when a white Hyundai Elantra pulled up. Someone got out and started shooting. Police later found the empty, burned out car more than 2 miles away. The church's pastor says the community is heartbroken and Javon was focused on beginning a new chapter in his life.
He got born again. His life was changing. He decided to get married. He changed the music he was making, wanted to sing songs that highlighted his testimony.
The pastor isn't sure if this attack was religiously motivated, but he says it's hard to ignore the details of the bold shooting, the timing, and the location. A Salem woman says her life has been turned upside down after she was hit head-on by a driver last Sunday morning. The collision totaled her car and left her injured. The driver still hasn't been caught. Jake Holter has more.
I saw the black car and I thought my life was over.
Teresa Briggs sharing with us her experience being the victim of a hit and run.
My life is completely turned. I no longer have a vehicle. I house at-risk youth. I can't transport them to and from their appointments. I'm scared to drive.
In the early morning hours last Sunday, crews arrived on the scene of a head-on collision near the intersection of Broadway Street Northeast and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway in Salem. Teresa taking us to the scene.
I was on my way home heading from West Salem, and I'm driving, listening to my worship music, and all of a sudden I see a black car with no headlights and no license plate veer across the median onto my side head on, sending me spinning across into the oncoming traffic.
What follows, Teresa says, is even more frustrating.
Once their vehicle stopped, they took off and fled the scene.
Salem police tell us they were told the driver of the car fled on foot. Officers searched the scene but did not find the suspect. The owner of the car, who police say was a passenger in the car along with another passenger, remained on scene. According to the police report, the passengers said they let a stranger who wasn't drinking drive them home from the bar and that they did not know his name, which police noted sounded improbable. The police report adds, quote, "Despite improbabilities and likely lies, I was unable to prove who was driving the vehicle at the time of the crash."
I don't feel helped by the police department at all. They have not made any arrests. No citations were issued.
At last check, Salem police say there are no leads on the identity of the driver. Their investigation remains open.
And a GoFundMe has been set up to help Teresa get through this difficult time. You can find that link in our story at kgw.com. A man who spent Saturday on the roof of an apartment building in East Portland is now in police custody. Officers were called out to the building on East Burnside around 7:30 in the morning for a report of a possible domestic violence call. The man climbed onto the roof and refused to come down until about 3:30 in the afternoon. Police say he is wanted for several crimes. His name has not yet been released. Big changes are coming to the Portland Public School District. Beginning this year, middle school students will be graded differently. Thomas Schultz explains how the move is revolutionizing report cards and homework.
Some things are constant for middle schoolers. There's math class, gym class, and report cards. Though soon, grading could change.
The grade book is going to look different.
Melissa Sabga is a math teacher at Robert Gray Middle School. This year, middle schoolers across Portland Public will be graded on a new system. Report cards won't be rated A through F. Homework won't be graded either.
I personally love it.
It's called standards-based grading, where grades are based on knowledge of material.
It gives very specific information to parents on where students are doing well and where maybe they need more work.
Here's how it works. Instead of a kid getting an 89 in English, grades are more specific. Maybe a student is highly proficient in reading, but lacking in writing.
And you can really see where the gaps are and where the learning is.
Micah Yai is a Lewis and Clark education professor. She wrote a book about this model.
It's very clear where students know things.
Other districts are using standard-based grading too. Beaverton uses the model because it assesses student progress and provides timely feedback.
There's much more fine grain, so you can see where you need to do your instruction.
Still, it's an idea national outlets like the New York Post blasted 2 years ago when PPS announced the change. Critics say it fails kids who need help. PPS declined our interview request. And while teachers say homework isn't graded, kids do take assessments to show what they've mastered.
It's much more equitable for all kids, really.
As a sixth grade teacher, I think it's better for students.
In Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Portland Public Schools eventually plan to use standards-based grading in elementary schools as well, but it's still unclear when that change would happen.